What up, Herd? Welcome to another episode of Cover Lovers, where we get to talk about this week's incentives as well as store exclusives. And hopefully, all of y'all had a great and wonderful holiday with family and friends. Mike and Deo, did you guys get everything you wanted for the holiday?
I know Deo did, definitely. There's for me to get everything that I want would be literally impossible.
Yeah, you got
but it was a good Christmas. Well, we got a dog too, so let's not forget about the dog.
Oh, there you go.
That was our big family gift this year.
That is awesome.
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're a little
now?
crazy. Say again.
Where's the dog now?
Not allowed in this room.
Okay.
Unless I am literally holding her.
My question is, what kind of dog is it?
It's a Australian Shepherd, a mini Australian Shepherd.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
And what's her name?
Loretta.
Loretta Lynn?
Loretta, no. Loretta after the character from Moonstruck, Cher's character from Moonstruck.
Oh,
Loretta
okay.
Very nice, very nice. Other than that, how was your break?
I'm not going to get into it on the air, but some of it was great and some of it was not so great. So we're good. We're good.
All right. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. I love Christmas, so it doesn't make any difference. Nobody can spoil it for me. Damn
right. What about you, Big Rob? How were things with you and your family? And how was the holiday?
The holiday was great. I was off for 5 days. I was off all the way since Christmas Day. I just got back to work today, so that sucked. But the actual break was nice. I enjoyed hanging out with the family, eating lots of food, lots of goodies. Watching their faces when they open the presents is always the best part for me. And had a blast.
Very nice. Oh, look at that.
Oh, there he is. Oh, look at that big boy.
Cute.
It's a boy, right?
It's a girl. Loretta, remember?
Oh, yeah, Loretta. That's right.
Oh my God.
The cutie.
I love it. So how big is she supposed to get?
She'd probably only be about 5 pounds more than she is right now. Ish.
She is so cute.
Yes. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, you guys. All right, as always, before we get into the show, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors. One of them being Cover Price. You don't forget to use Nirvana 14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents.
Wrong one.
I know. Bird City Comics, don't forget to head on over there and use TNH10 to save yourself 10% off your entire purchase. And also, quick shout out to Uncle Rudy. Make sure to give him a follow at Santa Rudy1 over there at Instagram. Same thing with our resident DJ Eddie over at Instagram at Beats by Monster. And let us dive into the chat with GT Key. What is going on? Uncle Rudy, there you go. Nerdy Geek, let's do this. Yeah, damn right. Still chilling. What is going on? What is up? Hopefully you had a wonderful holiday. Terry, good to see you. And as always, yes. No, not yet. All right.
Which creepy thing are you talking about, Terry? This creepy thing or different creepy thing? What creepy thing are we talking about?
Oh, it's the mask over there from Star Wars, the Cantina. Maybe.
That's all I can think of.
What, Picklehead?
Picklehead up there, Nabrin Leeds, or Biff Cantina band member.
Yep.
I don't know. Otherwise, I don't know of which you speak.
All right, I'm sure Terry will get back to you on that
one. And she's like, and if you don't know those two, you should probably get off the chat.
All right. You guys ready?
Are you taking Max?
She's like, no. Terry's like, right behind you. Terry, you need to be more specific.
Yeah, lots of creepy things.
All right. Let's Terry get back to us. All right, let's dive in. Here we go. Our first is Frank Miller. Frank Miller, and this is the 2020 version of
I
Frank
want to go
Miller.
first.
We have Deadpool Wolverine number 1, a 1 in 100 that you can also buy at cover C. And we have What If Galactus Transformed Hulk number 1, and that is also 1 in 100 that you can also get as a cover C. All right, Big Rob, of the two, which one would you choose?
Well, they're both so masterful and epic covers. It's like these are transcendent. They go beyond comics. This is art. It's amazing how bad these fucking covers are. I think at this point, I think he purposely is trolling people. There's no way he fucking drew the ears that bad for Wolverine. He did that on purpose. 100% he did that shit on purpose. He's doing it to mess with people. That is a legendary depiction of Wolverine. The little X on his belt. It's Deadpool. He really I'm not sure the context of how this art came about. Maybe him just fucking around, and Marvel's like, we'll just take it and put it on the cover. It doesn't matter. People are going to buy it regardless. And they're just trying to prove a point, maybe. The Galactus is amazing too in his own way, and there's like how the moon's so close to Earth and shit, and almost as big as the Earth. But the Wolverine, the ears are just epic. The Deadpool's just silly. That's to me cover of the year for the wrong reason.
I like it. So your pick would be the Deadpool Wolverine. I like it.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? And you're on mute, by the way.
I'm mute.
So this is fun because my internet sucks so bad. I'm about to refresh because I can't see them, but I can already tell you that I hate them. Just because I know what
your eyes. That's good.
All I see is the black screen that says incentives on it right now. So I don't know why that is, but I will refresh and I will see you folks in just a minute. I'm going to switch browsers.
Oh, well, Jeff's here for the moment.
Okay, so why don't we go to Jeff and then Mike? You will.
All right, Jeff, hot in.
Oh,
all right, Jeff. What do you got?
Hi, everyone. Why?
Oh, you know why? It's called paying the rent.
No,
but do you think he's doing it on purpose at this point, Jeff?
I don't. I think he just doesn't care.
That's what I'm saying, on purpose.
I don't know if he's doing it on purpose. I just think he's drawing, and that's the shit that's coming out.
I don't know, man.
I'm starting this off hot. Why?
Because why not? Happy holidays, Jeff.
Yeah, happy holidays. Happy
Frank Miller's
New Year.
the gift that keeps on giving, man.
Yeah, the shit that keeps on shitting. Yeah, no, God, I wouldn't pick either of them. Freak, if you put a gun in my head, I'd shoot myself.
The Wolverine, you gotta get it so bad, dude.
It's so bad. This is elementary kids can draw as good as this. Middle schoolers and high schoolers are drawing better than this. Like, why? Like, I think it's time for him to retire from drawing, to be honest, if this is the quality we're getting. And I hate to say that. I mean, he can still write. But yeah, this is if I had to pick, I'm going with Galactus, but that's just because that Wolverine's horrific.
All right, Mike, you got a tiebreaker. Big Rob went for Deadpool Wolverine as his choice. Jeff went with Galactus. What are you picking?
I can still not see the covers.
Well, just imagine.
No, you don't want to see the covers. You're very lucky.
Oh my
sir.
God, those are horrible. I have to choose one of those?
Told you.
Do.
Why would you do this to me?
No kidding. And we love Frank Miller. Freaking hell, dude.
God. And they're 1 in 100s too?
Yes, they are.
God, those are worse than I imagined.
Like Admiral Akbar, it's a trap.
It is a trap.
It's epic.
For the chat's purposes, I'll take the bullet, gun to my head. But I
told you. I said the same thing. I said if you put a gun to my head, I'll pull the trigger myself.
I'd honestly rather have a fork in the eye than look at these for much longer. So I'm going to choose really fast. And just because I like the colors better, I'll take is that Galactic Thanos? What is that? Thanos Galactus?
No, that's the Wrecker Galactus.
That's the regular Galactus?
I'll tell you one thing. This Galactus doesn't have white lips.
I'll take it for color alone, and that's it.
I took it because the Earth looks good.
Okay. If you say so.
Sure.
Oh my god! All I know is Galactus looks like he can use some chapstick. That's all.
It'll be so epic if you get Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman to sign that cover.
No.
Oh.
Dude, it was so epic.
That would be.
And they
That would
would
be. Oh, I
pass.
like Darius. Like, I never thought I would wish that the trade just was bigger.
I
Oh,
agree
that's
with
awesome.
Terry.
Oh, yep. All right, let's move on to the next one. We have Poison Ivy, number 29. We got two Lobos. One Douglas P. Lobo at 1 in 25, and a Pablo Villalobos at a 1 in 50, and you can get the regular trade as a cover B. All right, Mike, what are your thoughts on this one? Which and then let us know which one you would choose.
You can't, because I still can't see them. So it's going to be one of those nights.
All right, then that's okay. Then we'll move on with Jeff, and then we'll just leave you for last. Save the best for last, right? What do you got, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, look, the Douglas Lobo, it's very stylistic, a lot darker, a lot you call it sharper edges, I guess you could say. It's okay, but I wouldn't like that as a incentive. Honestly, I don't even think the Villalobos looks incentive wise, but I mean, I like his art better. Wow, I'm gonna shoot myself. I'm actually going to pick the Lobos. It's just because it looks like it's what's that movie called with Feed Me Seymour? What was that? What's that movie?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Is giving me Little Shop of Horror vibes. So that's the
Okay.
only reason why I'm picking it. But I
Right.
wouldn't pick it up.
Sounds good. Sounds good. What about you, Big Rob?
All right. Well, I guess I gotta explain myself when I say this. So, I'm a big Pablo Villalobos fan. I love Pablo Villalobos art. Great art.
It's boring.
Nothing great with Douglas P. Lobo art. Both covers are very, very, very modern art. Very pretty for Pablo. Generic. And Douglas P. Lobo, he's going with the modern, moody art, which is very common nowadays. I've been collecting comics very, very, very long time. I collect at this point what's interesting to me, not what's the best drawn or the best looking. And to me, these are very boring, very passable. I personally, to be honest, me personally, I'd rather buy the Wolverine from Frank Miller because at least it's interesting. I find it interesting. I know the art. People on this chat are gonna roll their eyes on me and shit. That's more interesting. That makes me talk. Look at this cover. Let's talk about this cover. This shit I will never talk about ever because this is 1,000 covers, just like most of these covers every week. So they're both boring. But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna support my boy Pablo because I love Pablo. He's a great artist, but this is one of his most boring covers he's ever done for sure.
Okay.
Can you see it now, sir?
I can see them on my phone. I realized I could just mute my YouTube on the phone and watch it that way.
All right. So which of the two would you choose?
I'm sort of the same way the other guys are. Neither of these really do a whole lot for me, although something about the Pablo Feels like an old Fables cover or an old Fairest cover from Hughes. Has that feel to it, like the girl in the garden with the watering can. That one kind of feels like that. So as a result, I kind of have a soft spot in my heart for that cover. Ergo, I like this cover. The Douglas Lobo looks a little bit like what's the artist that was doing those really beautiful paintings? He came over from Magic the Gathering card art. What was that guy's name?
I know. Yeah, shit. Yeah, I know who you talk about. I don't remember his name though.
Whoever that is, this kind of has the feel of that, and it's okay, but the colors sort of blend in. I'm not really sure exactly what's going on in certain parts. The hair sort of blends in with the background. Her costume sort of blends in with the foreground. It's a little bit not enough contrast for me there, although there's a lot of really great artistic things happening in it. I think I like the overall feel.
Hey, Mike, there you go. Seb McKinnon.
McKinnon. There you go. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate that. That's the one. And so, yeah, the Lobo looks a little bit like a Seb McKinnon piece, but not quite as good. Or maybe a Puppeteer Lee kind of a piece, but again, not quite as good. Whereas the Villa Lobos is exactly what we would want it to be from him. It is a little boring, but it has that Fairest feel, and it's kind of light and airy and fun. So I'll go with the Villa Lobos.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, thank you for that. And then we have one from Zenoscope. We have Terror and Fury, number 1, a 1 in 20 by Sonia Matas. All right, Big Rob, let's go.
It's literally ditto for me again. I'm like, am I the only one that finds these covers boring at this point? I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty girl with big boobs and no clothes on. Who fucking cares? I'm
with you.
I'm like, I want to throw up when I see this. Make it interesting. Okay, if it's a female woman character on this book, you want to put her on the cover, make her interesting. This is trash to me. I'm like, this is generic. This is AI. I'll learn how to use an AI software and I create 20 of these fucking covers at this point. This is my opinion.
Okay. What about you, Mike?
I don't like it either. It has like store exclusive written all over it to me. And most of the time when I say store exclusives are bad, it's because I say they look like Zenoscope books. And this is exactly why. This just has that AI sort of generic, like Rob said, girl with big boobs feel, which is really boring and tired at this point. I've seen a billion of these. I own probably 100 of them. And I'm sad.
Me too. Yeah.
And I'm sad that I have them. Like I never look at them. They're terrible covers. But it's not terrible. I shouldn't say that. It isn't terrible. It's just boring. Yawn. Like I've already forgotten about this cover, which is sad because it could have been better, but it's blah to me. It's nothing.
All right. What about you,
Can I
Jeff?
just add real quick? It's like that's what about a novel? It's like the whole idea of this kind of pretty big. It was a novel approach 20 years ago when it started coming out, or 30 years ago, maybe in the late 90s. But nowadays, it's just after 30 years, it's like oversaturation, in my opinion.
Yeah, when Linsner was like Linsner and Stevens were like the only ones doing it, then it was cool.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. What about you, Jeff?
I'm gonna make this cover make it even look worse.
Okay.
If anybody used to watch WWF or back in the day, this looks like China cosplaying. I mean, look at the proportions. She's like super buff on top, got really thick thighs, no ass. The left knee, it's either she's missing a kneecap or the kneecap's on the side. It's boring. They said it all. This doesn't get me going. And I mean, as big as the boobs are, Alonzo's not even buying this. So
That is true.
sorry, Sonia, you didn't get the stamp of approval.
But let me just kind of my 2 cents on this, and it's not about the cover. But when have we known Zenoscope to actually do incentives. They typically don't. So
That's
I don't.
don't.
Well, they do those.
Right?
They do those limited. They do those limited at con kind of things. Like there's only 50 of these, or there's only 100 of these.
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
they kind of do, but they don't. Yeah.
All the way.
So this kind of leads me to believe that maybe Zenoscope has a little bit more invested, maybe in this series, perhaps. I don't know.
Or
but
they're trying to get into the game.
Yeah, it's true. It's possible. But I mean, that's the
Way to
only
get
thing.
there
And,
late.
yeah, and better late than never, right?
Eh.
No, you can always be
Better
late.
never
Yeah.
than late. Better never than late.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. We got Mark Spears Monsters #1. This is the third print, and it's a classic homage to Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a 1 in 20, and again, this is by Mark Spears. All right, Mike, hopefully you can see the image.
Yes, I can.
Very good. What are your thoughts on this one?
Dig it because I dig the original poster. So this is cool. This was instantly recognizable to me.
Yeah.
And you know there are some things that are a little weird about the art. Like everything is straight on, which I know is the way that the original poster looks too. But there's sort of like a plastic kind of a feel to her, which is just a result of his painting style. But overall, I do love the homage. I think it's actually pretty well done here, and like I said, was instantly recognizable to me. So I'm also a Dokken fan.
Yeah.
And they did the theme song for one of these movies. I forget which one.
I think it was 3.
Yeah.
3 or 4. Yeah.
Amazing. So four. Jeez. But anyway, yeah. So this has a lot of the feels for me. So I do like it, and I do like his style, even though this one looks a little on the plasticky side.
Okay. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I was thinking exact same thing. The first thing I saw was
Dream Warriors. That's it.
This feels like that's Chucky in a wig with some tits. Because it looks like a doll.
You can't see the tits, and I'm trying really hard.
I know you are. Yeah, the I think that the eyes bug me. But honestly, I really like the rest of it. I mean, he draws monsters quite well, and that's a freaky looking monster. Well, not super freaky, but just disturbing. And yeah, I mean, I love the homage. I kind of agree with Mike where it's just the main girl here looks like it's just a doll. So if someone gave it to me, I'm cool. Or if I got it for cover price, but yeah, that's going for way too much. So it's I would have to pass. But I like it.
All right. What about you, Big Rob?
I do think people are crazy for the prices they're paying for his covers. I think people are going to regret that in 5-10 years, but whatever. If they're having fun, they're enjoying it, and it's their money, whatever. But
maybe not that first one, but
right,
the Bride of Frankenstein one that one might be worth keeping. But otherwise,
there's a couple of monster ones that he's done that.
Like I love his art. I think he's a great artist. He's awesome, but I think his books are way overpriced. Even that one, I think it's way overpriced. In my opinion, it's not worth what people are paying. I don't know. It's just great art. I mean, maybe buy the original, you should pay a ton of money. But this is a cover of the book. I'm like, I know they're kind of less printed, but this is a great homage. Well done. Yeah, the only real issue with this book is the eyes on the feet on the girl. They're a little too big, a little too wide open, maybe because they're that doll look on her face, which the original, her eyes are a little more central, a little more, shut a little bit, I guess you could say, and just the darker pupils make it a little better. These are like bright blue pupils, it looks like from my perspective, but it's perfectly well done. And yeah, I honestly did like the Pharaoh one that Trish mentioned and
I'm sorry,
chat there. Good homage, 120, and how much are they going for, Jeff? You said they're going for a lot.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're going for a lot more than $20, though.
Yeah, he's just
sure they're $30, $40, $50. Yeah,
he's just the probably the breakthrough artist of 2024 at this point. So he's definitely very, very, very popular, and I see what people are paying the prices, but they're crazy, in my opinion.
He's hot for now until we overdoes this style.
Yeah, but they'll probably do this for like another year, and they'll probably get a little burnt on that, and people get tired and move on to something else, and then he has to reinvent himself, and that's how the cycles go.
75.
God,
Never.
Wow.
for sure, never.
Dude,
Wow.
take that and put in something else.
You know what? Go buy the original poster in mint condition. That's what you do. At this point.
Wow. 75 bucks? Holy crap.
Buy a cool t-shirt with it.
Well, okay. All right. All right.
No, he's not a new artist, but he became very popular, more popular this year.
Yeah, you want to be specific, yes. But this year, let's be real, no one heard of him before this year. Maybe the hardcore.
Not many.
Yeah, maybe the hardcore did, and I know Igor's a hardcore, but the No Vice collector, this is the year he blew up.
All right, moving on. We got Psylocke #1 second print. This is a Virgin variant to the first print that came out. So 1 in 25 by Hicham Habachi. Habki. Big Rob, help me out here, man. You're really good at this.
All right, I'll give it a shot. Was Habachi for sure the last name? Hicham Habachi.
All right. Thank you, sir. And I am getting Joe Mad vibes, but go ahead, Big Rob. You can say what you will.
Yeah, well, I think we mentioned this on the show many, many, many times. I am a sucker for Psylocke art, even if it's like average. This is solid, very Marvel vs. Capcom vibe to it. The way she drew Psylocke here.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he was requested to have a full white background. That's not probably the artist's choice, and that's what he was asked to do. I would have loved a background, but it's a nice rendition of the character, perfectly done well. No big issues. I can't really shit on it. Yeah, I want a background, but that's, like I said, that's probably not his decision. So 1 in 25 second print. I'm like I said, it's at this point I'm out of that game. If you're into it and enjoying having fun with it, enjoy it. Go get it, man. It's a cool cover in general.
Okay. What about you, Jeff?
Oh, I like the art. Did I need it as a virgin? I mean, there's so much empty space on top. I mean, might as well have the trade dress. But people are playing that game. It is a second print. It is a incentive for a second print, which I still hate to this day. I hate, and they just started that during like COVID time. I don't even think they really did that before that.
It was that Hulk. It was that Immortal Hulk book with the pulled face one. The terrible ass cover.
Yeah, and I got it like an idiot, but that's me. Yeah.
You're a sucker for Hulk. But yeah, I mean, I love the art. It's very anime, very I think it's even better than what was those cartoons that were on MTV, those animation
Eon Flux.
Yeah, it's giving me slightly that vibe, just the stylistic way that Hicham draws. So I dig that.
Anime
yeah, I actually would like a copy of this, but I think I'll go unless the price is good. I probably just get the trade dress.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, I like the art enough. It just has a sort of an old school X-Men kind of like Jim Lee era X-Men look to it.
Almost there, yeah.
And so for that, I'm drawn to it, but I don't see the need to have it as an incentive. I'm fine with just the regular cover with the Psylocke logo, which I don't hate, and I especially like that at least the colors match the costume.
That would be interesting.
They're not horrible, but there's obviously space up there on the top of the art for the trade dress, so it's not horrendous. And with the code, won't even look too terrible on it, I don't think either. So I'm completely fine with a $5 version. Although I don't know that I like the cover enough to buy it at all, but it does give me those 90s X-Men vibes, which I'm a sucker for.
Yep.
Yeah, they always soften the Japanese.
Yeah, it is interesting. In the last 10 years, they've been doing that a lot. Like, are they going away from it? I'm like, she is Japanese, or at least mixed Japanese, right? From my
Yeah.
No, she's Japanese.
yeah.
She's supposed to be.
Well,
Then they cast
It was
Mun.
good.
That was the end of that.
Yep. All right. Moving on to the next one, we got Star Wars Ahsoka number 7. This is a 1 in 25 by Tarin Clark. Jeff?
I think he missed the opportunity to show a little bit more of Balin Skull. I think that's a very popular character. I don't like the angle that he's at. There's nothing wrong with Ahsoka. The lighting's right. It's I do like the background, the ship. But I just think he missed an opportunity with Balin Skull here. That's all. I don't know why a big character like that would have his back turned to the audience. That's it.
Oh, okay.
But I love Tarin Clark, so
Okay. What are you, Mike?
I like that it's a scene telling some story and that there's some action going on in it for once, and not just sort of like Ahsoka posing at Sears, like so many covers look these days. So I dig that. And I do like I forget what the name of her ship is. Someone would probably correct me in the chat. But whatever the Jedi cruiser is called in the background is cool. I'm okay with Balin being sort of sighted at this angle. That's fine with me. And I think everything is executed well, but somehow overall it still feels a little static to me and not enough. There's not enough energy in it. So it's just sort of a meh cover. It would be an amazing A or B cover, like a absolute insta buy as an A cover. I don't think it's a $25 buy for me though. That's for sure. I might buy it for 10. That might be my ceiling on this one.
Okay.
10 Torin.
10. All right. What about you, Big Rob?
Well, Star Wars covers we grade on a curve. So for a Star Wars cover, it's a great cover. For everyone else, it's a C plus or a B minus. I mean, I'm generous, a B minus, right? I think he missed a great opportunity here to have two very cool characters in this very epic battle that they have on the show, and kind of created such a more dynamic, vibrant image of this battle. And I'm like, there's like the sparks and the lightsaber should be, but more pronounced. Like that should have been like just all over the place. The ship was not required to be there. That was just a mistake direction on there. I don't know who made that decision to put the ship there and right in the middle. It just kind of sucks too much of the air of the art. Ahsoka Trader is way too big. That should have been a little smaller, in my opinion. But it's okay. I'm not going to completely shit on it, but it's like 1 in 25, never in a million years. This is a B cover all the way.
Okay. All right, let us move on to the next one. Here we go. And we have Jeff's favorite artist. He was embroiled in some little controversy. Birds of Prey number 17, 1 in 25 by Rianne Gonzalez. I'll wait. I'll save you for last, Jeff.
No, geez, thanks.
Yeah, so the controversy with her is his tracing covers, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that's crazy. Very disappointing because in general,
Wait, that's for real?
Yeah, that's for real. Yeah. So in general, this show we support Ryan Gonzalez's art. I know Mike's been very critical of her art in the past because it's not his style, but in general, I think we supported her art quite a bit here on the show over the past few years at this point. And it is very disappointing to hear that she might be tracing a lot of the covers she's done.
Yes.
Wait, what is she tracing? Like her own stuff?
No, so it's not her stuff. It's not original art. She's taking other people's art and just tracing it and just adding some stuff to it. So it's basically ripping people's art and tracing it over and just adding shit to it. I seen the comparison, a couple of images, and it definitely crushed me when I saw that. I was like, damn, dude, that sucks. So it's hard to honestly, at this point, is to even judge her art because it's like, how much is her art and how much is it not? I'm like, it's their standard art, it's their standard colors that she does all the time, but we now at this point, everything she does is suspect, and she's not to be trusted with anything she does.
Yeah, and I just put a link to it on the chat in regards to that. Basically, the cover in discussion that kind of brought everything kind of to light, I suppose. So you can check that out. But go ahead, Mike. Are you done, Big Rob?
I mean,
Go.
Okay.
I mean, it's not even good anyway. Like even faking it and tracing it from someone, really, like this is the best you could come up with. Tracing somebody else's art, like that's even sadder. Like there's kids in like my kids' kindergarten class that trace stuff off their computer. I mean, that doesn't show me any talent at all. So this is not only a hard pass, but like a pass forever on this artist if that's what she's doing. Forget. I won't even justify time on this show to talk about an artist who's doing that. Draw yourself or don't, but don't try to fake us out. That's just shitty.
All right, Jeff. Floor is yours.
I'm so confused. So wait, she's tracing like chibi characters and then turning them into like DC characters?
Well, from my understanding, like the main focal point character, she's definitely tracing. But I don't know about the chibis. It might be her style, but let's honestly, how much artistic ability is that? I get her colors are so it takes talent, right? What she's doing, but it's like it's still hard. It's hard to judge it as a whole breadth, right?
Right. Like I don't even feel like I could comment on anything now because it's just, once you cross that line, no pun intended,
Fiddle with this a little bit.
like it's hard to have any respect for her now. And there's been a lot of artists like that in the past that have done stuff like this. So yeah, that sucks. I guess it would have been a pass for me anyways, but still, no. Yeah, I wouldn't promote her again unless she stopped doing that.
One of the things too that I just didn't like. I mean, she didn't really apologize for doing it. It's like
she's an excuse.
Yeah, she used it as an excuse and stuff like that. She didn't say, "Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done this. This is the reason why I did it, and I know it's wrong, but I'm just letting you know." But the thing is, like, she got caught for it. Is the problem, right?
She got called out and everything.
To your point, to Big Rob's point, to Mike's point, I mean, it's now hard to judge everything that she's created in the past, knowing what we know now, right? So I just don't know.
I would compare it to, like, I know a friend who cheated throughout college to get a degree, got the degree, and I have a lot less respect for that person. Still a friend, I guess, but I keep my distance because
you can't trust them.
Yeah, I can't trust you. It feels all weird. And not just that, it's like you're cheating the people that whatever business that person runs. It feels like he's kind of cheating his clients, and takes their money. It's the same thing here, right? She cheated the audience, the people who would love her art, in the past, who follow her, who collect her covers, and now you find out, well, she didn't really draw those; she just traced it. Yeah, that's sickening.
Well, also the people that hire her and paid her money to do this art.
Yeah. Well, it's their fault too. They should have sussed her out, and they should be checking. I don't know. I guess that's a little bit much, but still.
Yeah.
And then completely off topic, I just want to go back to the Mark Spears one here that is a homage, and this is the third print. David had mentioned, and I looked for it and found it, and I thought it was worth showing. David had mentioned that there is a Keen Spot version that's a third print of the bride that looks pretty good. And this is
Store
it.
exclusive?
Yeah, those are now $85, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show it. It's on Keen Spot. Looks like Keen Spot and Mark Spears have a thing going. There's a lot of his books there, as well. The store exclusives as well as incentives and stuff like that. You might want to check it out. But this is the bride that he had mentioned, and I think it looks pretty damn cool.
You know
But
what?
is it low printed?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Why the price points? Why the people are paying up? I know it's sold out, but
It's only exclusive to Keen Spot.
Yeah.
There's exclusive covers all the time, and there's rare covers. Is it better than Alex Ross art?
I wonder if Creature Commandos has any push on this.
Maybe.
She's one of the main characters in the animation, and people are liking it. So, I mean, obviously it's good art still, but still.
Yeah, it's great art, but it's like $85.
This is too much, man. When you guys love something, you guys go hard. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous.
So Keen Spot, give it a check. Sorry to kind of derail the conversation. I do apologize for that.
And if it's going away from her and her tragedy, yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I don't see that listed on there. How'd you get to that?
If you go to Keen Spot, if you hit the drop down, on that on those images, you'll see it. So,
there. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. So if you go to their homepage,
Got it.
And then,
so it was 50. That's what it cost. Like 50 was the asking price on Keen Spot.
Yep, third print.
And 60, by the way, was the Nightmare on Elm Street one. That was $59.99. So 75 isn't crazy.
But it makes me want to vomit.
Is 60 plus shipping. I mean,
retail though, that's crazy though.
And tax. I mean, you're close to $70 just to get it to your house anyway.
How many covers are there? 10? It's like
there's a bazillion.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this one's good. The first one's still better.
The art's beautiful. The art's great, but it's just the price
is. But I still like the green one better.
Yep. All right, moving on to this one. Absolute Superman number 3 with the face palm, a 1 in 50 by Declan Shalvey. All right, Mike.
I mean,
I can't help it.
Well, is this the current Superman? Is this how they depict this character now?
Oh my god!
I don't even know what to say about this thing.
This is his kind of look. I mean, not exactly, but kind of.
Didn't we see this last week?
No,
we didn't do a show.
They all look the same.
The proportions are so weird that even if this is the way the character's supposed to look, then DC done fucked up. I mean, I don't. It's either or DC did or both of them did, but either way, it's like this is really off-putting. This is like circus stuff. It's like carny looking. It's weird, like extra long looking arms and super stubby legs and a body that's missing about 4 or 5 inches. A head that's way too big. Like I get that there's supposed to be a childlike quality to this character, but it's overdone to almost like horror perspective.
Which one of your kids stole Superman's outfit?
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's pretty terrible. It is pretty terrible. I mean, I want to find something that I can like about it, but there really just isn't. I mean, even the blast thing, like the fact that the blast radius is still almost perfectly round, and then there's just these little lines shooting off it. That's like the way I would have drawn an explosion in like 4th grade. That's not. It's just not good. And not even the cape is cool. The cape looks like one of the vinyl capes from the early Star Wars figures.
What about you, Big Rob? What do you got?
Yeah, well, Mike said it pretty much perfectly. The fucking cape is comical. It is fucking comical. Yeah, it is the Jawa with the fucking vinyl cape.
Right? Exactly.
It is like a giant band-aid just like hanging from the neck. It's ridiculous. I'm just trying to, cause I don't read this book, so people educate me on the chat or whatever. It's like this is how the DC decided to depict this version of Superman. I'm just, if that's what DC decided, you know, it's not the artist's fault to go with that depiction of the Superman. It's like they had to take his artist's inspirations and to this new version of him. But
no, the outfit is probably accurate. The rest of him is not.
Yeah, the head is ridiculous. It looks like a fucking doll. It's kind of wrong, but Mike said it perfectly. Everything needs to be said. I'm like, it's at best it's a D plus.
Would you agree?
Yeah, the way he drew the hair, the face, the head, it looks like a freaking Birdman. It's off-putting. It looks like a kid instead of Superman. And I'm talking like boy, not like
It flipped around.
just not a younger Superman. It's really weird looking. Yeah, the cape is definitely all wrong. It reminds me of what is She-Ra's little animal creature, Big Rob?
To be honest, the name lost me, but he's right here.
That's what it reminds me of. That cape. Or for the younger group, it's more like a Pokemon, like a Venomoth. Is that what it is? I think a Venomoth.
Venomoth.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Giving me that vibe. So yeah, that cape is horrific. That is just too much. It makes him look like a kid.
Okay. All right.
In a bad way.
Yes, in a very bad way.
By the way, everyone, if you want that Bride of Frankenstein, there is one left. The metal. There's one copy left of the metal if you want to drop $20,000 on it.
Huh?
Holy crap.
Yep. Keen spot right there. Add to cart. $19,999.99.
Who the hell
Wow.
bought that though?
There it is.
All right.
Available. Add to cart.
There you go. All right, we got another
sales
1
too.
in 50. This one is for Batman number 156 by Valentin Setcher. Jeff?
It's over cluttered. It's I can't focus anywhere. I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm saying it. It's so confusing. Like I just found Batman now. I didn't even know Batman was on this cover. So that's crazy. I mean, I see Man-Bat, and that's an ugly drawn Man-Bat, and he's an ugly guy. But damn, that's just terrible. Yeah, there's just too much going on in the sense of like, I don't know. If it's the coloring that's throwing me off? It's the rain. It's just the different angles that everything's drawn at. It just feels a little too much for me. Overly cluttered, and I can't focus on it. So I'm definitely this is definitely not a 1 in 50. This is not an incentive cover that I would go. Woohoo!
All right, what about you, Rob?
There you go. Not enough contrast.
Yep.
Yeah, the definitions. I guess the problem for this cover is just the definition of what you're seeing. So you got to really focus on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely not as down as Jeff is on this cover. I think it's okay. It's a zoomed out shot. It gives you a whole perspective of what the scene is going on here. I have no issues with the characters drawing. It's a lot going on, but I think that was the point. It's trying to give you a whole picture of what the environment is and what's going on in the scene. A little more definition, a little more outline, kind of so you could see exactly what you're having. Us old people, we need these fucking glasses.
Yeah,
you can't really see well. So maybe for the youngsters it's fine. It's no issues, but we need more definition. It's a little blurry for us, but It's solid. It's nothing crazy. 1 in 50, no. They're crazy. It should have been an open order cover. You know, so a lot of people probably like this cover. This was like kind of a cutscene from a old Batman Arkham Asylum game, right? Kind of vibe to it. So that's what I'm thinking when I see this cover. So it's okay, but 150 no.
Mike.
So I'm disappointed because a lot of work went into the architecture of this piece. It looks like it's actually drawn. It doesn't look like it was done as a tracing or as a, or as a, no, I'm sorry. I wasn't going on the readings. I'll say or whatever. But that said, like sometimes I feel like some of these things are photo retouches and stuff. I don't think that's the case here. And an awful lot of work went into creating this cover. Whether it was Valentine or not, I don't really know. But whoever colored it, disservice. I can see what they tried to do. They used the maroons in the front, they used the reds in the back, and those blues in the middle to try to create some depth. But I think something else had to be done here. Someone like Trish would know better how to accomplish something like this with the correct layers so that things popped and there was the correct contrast. But it's sad because it's missing that pop. Because it's an awful lot of really good, talented architectural drawing.
There's good lines here. The man bat is the same color as the background.
Yeah, that's a big problem too. I think that's one of the major issues with it.
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to save money on color.
Had it been colored right, I really think it could have been a phenomenal cover. It's too bad. It's too bad it isn't. And as it stands, it's just a passable A cover.
All right. Moving on to the next one, we have a wraparound cover by Mike Mignola. This is for Cable, Love, and Chrome #1, a 1 in 50. Jeff?
And then the white. Knowing it's Mignola, now I can definitely see the way it's drawn, the style. I'm a little mixed on this. I dig it. Because I like his style, but there's something off where it just feels too, I don't know, plain, I guess. But I do like his style of him drawing them, and I've never seen him draw Cable and X-Force, so I kind of like it for that reason. So, I mean, but 1 in 50, holy crap. Is this a chrome foil cover?
All I know it's a wraparound.
Okay,
but it could be a foil. It could be a foil. Don't get me wrong. It could be.
I'm 50-50. I'm really 50-50 on it. Like I said, I like his style, but I don't. It is kind of It's very familiar looking, very plain. I don't know, mid-90s wraparound cover. Definitely in the same vein as like the X-Men Alpha and Omega and the Chrome books. Yeah, so if it's cheap enough, I would get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I'm sort of exactly the same way. I mean, it is cool to see Mignola's style on a book that isn't Hellboy, essentially. And I don't dislike any of it. It does have sort of a like late, but again, like Jeff said, not as an incentive. I think it might be cool as just I mean, maybe a 1 in 10. This would be a cool 1 in 10 wraparound, an artist people like, who they collect, who doesn't draw on these types of books very often, if ever. So like, there's definitely some cool draw to this, and I don't think there's anything wrong with anything that he did here. But it's certainly not compelling in any 1 in 50 kind of way. I would have been fine with it as a 1 in 10 for $10.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have been borderline on 1 in 25.
Yeah, maybe I might have thought about it at 1 in 25.
All right, what about you, Big Rob?
It is funny that Mignola always gets higher ratios on Marvel covers. It's just interesting how they go with him on his art. I do find it funny. The trade dress is very 90s Cable.
Well, it's exactly the same. It's not. That's not a change.
I know it's exactly the same. But I do like this cover. I think this cover is cool. I'm not a big Mike Mignola fan, but usually his art's a little hard to swallow, not for everybody. But I don't know, with the X-Men characters, his art kind of blends in well. Kind of a dark, brooding vibe to it. Like kind of dystopia future, right? That makes sense.
I kind of like the way he drew Shatterstar, and I forgot who the guy behind him is. Boom.
Cannonball?
Oh,
Yeah, Cannonball. That's it.
They might not be.
Domino and what the little tiger girl. But they all look great. The fire looks awesome. In general, I like the cover. I think it's a cool cover. Like the line work, the color, the shading. It's a cool dystopian looking X-Men cover, which is usually depressing, right? That's what they go for in X-Men. So, I like it.
Cool. All right. And that does it with our incentives. And now we have a boatload of store exclusives.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh no.
Okay, I think we have about 5, okay, which is a lot. We have about 5.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. Store exclusives. We got first one is Superman number 22 that you can get from the 5 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. This is by Lyrics Lee with an LE of 800 and a cost of $30. Mike, take it away.
So one of the 5 Horsemen here during the holidays offered a $20 coupon and 2 free comic books to buy anything on their Christmas list, which was like 6 pages long. Guess how many things I ordered?
0.
Surprise, surprise! They put their shit on sale.
I couldn't even get a free book. I didn't even want a free book plus shipping. That would be 3 free books plus shipping. I didn't want any of them, and this one falls right into the same category. I would have passed right by this one too, even if it were free. I would not have taken this cover. It looks like what we originally liked back when Art Germ started to do a couple of these way back when, and we were all like, "Oh, that's sexy, and those are cute, and whatever, and maybe I'll buy the first couple," and then those got tired, and seemingly everybody wants to do Supergirl like this over and over and over again, and it just looks like 1,000 other Supergirl covers now. It's a big yawn for me. There's nothing wrong with it. The art is perfectly fine, but yet again, it is completely forgettable. If you threw this book in a pile with all the other 50, 75, 100 covers that look like this, I would have no idea which issue this was or which artist it was, and wouldn't care.
Okay. Rob?
True. That is the 5 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. The LE was probably bullshit.
Probably.
Yeah. Lyrics basically just drew herself with blonde hair and muscles and shit. So it looks a lot like her, to be honest.
You're right.
It's why it looks a little weird. It's good, but it's weird.
I know what it's going for. It's going for the anime vibe. It's going for that very bright kind of anime vibe. But Mike said it already. It's like, dude, these going to be a penny for $1. I don't know if I think that makes sense, but they're going to be worth nothing at the end of the year. If they might have more, obviously not 800, right? So yeah, the art itself, the way she drew the line work of it, the arms, the legs, the face, the hair, the sky, the clouds, everything's perfectly fine. It's just, dude, this was cool 10 years ago. Not anymore.
James, if you have some info on this, I'd be curious to know about DC Books, if DC is still 3,000, 1,000, or is that maybe just a Marvel thing?
I heard about that, but I would still believe the minimum has to be 1,000.
Yeah, there's no way you have 200 damages. No way. No way. Just no way.
I'm pretty sure the artist gets their own copies, and they don't count for this number. And
no, they don't.
No,
the damages, the replacement customer service, probably doesn't count for this number neither. So.
All right, what about you, Jeff?
I don't think there's anything wrong with the art. I actually kind of like it. I like Lyrics Lee. I am that kind of anime fan. So this definitely brings anime vibe. I can hear the music in the background, basically, of every anime. I can feel that with this cover. Yeah. Yes, something like that. And for even though Supergirl looks young, I feel like it works for this character. Supergirl is younger, has in different iterations been a teenager. So I mean, I get that. I'm cool with that. It just feels like she almost like I guess put like a Caucasian spin on herself.
Yeah, that's all she did.
That's what it feels like. So look, nothing wrong with it. I'm not paying $30 for it though. I will wait till that bitch is free.
No, it's like you pay $30, you're crazy.
Yeah,
All right.
out of your mind.
Moving on to the next one, we got Uncanny X-Men number 9 by Steven Segovia, that you can find an Unknown and Sleeping Giant with a LE of who knows and a cost of I have no idea at this time. All right, Big Rob. Oh, and also too, just in case you guys didn't know, it is a homage to Jim Lee's. This one right here.
To an interior page?
Interior page, yes, sir.
Get the F out of here.
All right, so I'm just letting you know it's a homage.
Well,
All
when
right,
when by itself, before you even reference the Jim Lee art, it was like it's okay. But as soon as you put the Jim Lee art next to it, you're like, I'll just go buy the old one and maybe scan that image and make it a poster or something. That like Jim Lee's art, the colors pop. That was awesome. The colors on these are very, very, very muted. I know it's probably intentional, but for X-Men characters, I want some color. Probably go for the Virgin, the trade dress. This somehow doesn't mix well with this art. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just not my preference, not my what I want to see. This Psylocke, well, the Psylocke is her legs are wrong. I don't think the
you didn't think thighs can bend that way?
Yeah, I don't think the body works like that. It's like she's like bow-legged to like an extreme and shit. So
she just got off a horse, okay?
Yeah, well, yeah, the horse fucked her too. Wolverine is average. The Gambit's the best part, to be honest. The background is just, I get it, more law, sewers, and all that shit. Boring. So Gambit's cool. The rest is kind of blah. So
okay. All right, Jeff.
Yeah, there's some issues. The Psylocke thing I noticed immediately. There's nothing really wrong. Nothing really wrong with Wolverine. It's just meh. I agree with Big Rob. Gambit probably is the better look, but I don't like the fact that he has a straw for a stick. Just a really big straw because there's no detail on that at all. And I'm not paying however much they're gonna charge. I don't care what they're gonna charge for this books. These should be just cover price at this point.
All right, what about you, Mike?
Oh, you're muted, sir.
I looked away for a second because I just don't don't care about this cover. I'm not trying to be like antisocial here, but it's okay. The art looks fine. It's not bad, but it's yet another just forgettable cover. Something that, while I probably haven't seen this exact thing, what's the Jim Lee thing look like? Is it?
It was an interior page.
Interior.
Oh my gosh! I'd much rather have that as the cover.
Yeah.
Like, just give me that. Why can't you just give me that? Take the word bubbles out. You know what? Don't even take the word bubbles out.
Yeah, leave them in.
Word
Cool.
bubbles.
Yeah.
Leave them 70s style. I'm cool with that. Way better. The shiny wetness is weird. The water looks digital. I don't know. The mood's okay. The colors are good, I guess, and the characters are all drawn just fine. But I don't know. I need somebody to do something new something different, something interesting and unique for me to blow 30, 40, 50 bucks on a set like this. I mean, it better be really good. I mean, are people really buying these?
Who knows? Who knows?
I can't imagine that somebody's looking at this going, oh my God, I have to have that. Like, who's saying that? I mean, I'm not saying there's anything bad about it. And if it were an A cover, I might even choose it.
So, Mike, you had mentioned, like, really quickly, because like I noticed it too, that the coloring or the inking seems a little off because Psylocke looks as she has rocket boobs.
Well, she does look like that in the panel too.
Yeah.
No.
Eh,
They don't look like rocket boobs.
I guess
No, the Dimly
mean-
look more round. They're softer.
Yeah.
I know boots, and they're better.
They're softer. You were there. You touched them. They're softer.
They're nice. They're nice.
that statement is wild. I know boobs. They're not like that.
Right, Lance?
All right, moving on to the next one.
You know, got a little Madonna homage there, I guess.
There you go. There you go. We got JTC with another color bleed or a negative space variant. LE of who knows with a cost of 40, and you can get this, and it's 40 for the set, which is a pretty good price. I at least in my opinion. Jeff, what are your thoughts on this?
I only got a glimpse of this. I saw it in my email.
Yeah.
It's a funny idea the way that Deadpool's is done. It's almost like he's making fun of himself doing these negative covers. Because he's like, he's painting himself to match it even more to go more negative.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of funny. I kind of dig that. Obviously, that's not the Wolverine cover. I'm pretty sure it's just not revealed in full. So, I mean, I'll have to hold off on that half of it. I do dig the Deadpool side of it. But that's just because it's just a play on, it making fun of itself. So I kind of dig that he did that. For $40, I think you're right on the money. They're $20 each.
Okay. What about you, Mike?
I kind of like these this time, to be honest with you. And I know I'm super over this whole concept and this whole trope from him. There's something about both of them. First of all, I like that they're offering this as a set. Completely different art, completely different covers.
Yes.
Not just the same thing with and without trade dress or a slightly different color or some, different background or something. So I dig that. I really like just the silhouette of Wolverine with the Post-it note. I think that's clever and fun and different and kind of brings it to a different place. And I think the reason why I like the Deadpool is there's enough red in his suit to bleed into the background that the detailed areas, the black and gray areas, look really cool in a much different way than I'm used to, especially little things like the leg holster, like as if the leg's missing and it's just there, like he's invisible there. That's kind of a cool touch. I dig that. So overall, I kind of like this set, and for $40, not horrible. Not as much as I wish it were a little less, maybe 30. I might actually buy these. But again, factoring in tax and shipping, we're at $50 to my house. Do I like these $50 ish? No, but it's a step up from, and a little bit more.
It is a paint bucket.
Yeah, a little bit more creative, I guess, than some of his past ones that just sort of look static and kind of meh.
Mike,
So-
do you think that Wolverine is the final cover, or if it's just hasn't been revealed yet?
Oh, you think that there's more to it?
I think there's more to it.
Yes, I do too.
I think it would be funny to leave it just like that.
I think it would be too as well.
Just underwear and the cowl, essentially, with the arms sticking out. I mean, I think that's hysterical.
It goes along with the Deadpool cover because I was saying he's kind of poking fun at himself by Deadpool painting himself red to match the cover, right? And then just the other one is just a hilarious making fun of himself. So,
I think it would be great just like that. I think I'd rather have it just like it is.
What about you, Big Rob?
Well, I'll start with I like them both. Well, we're assuming that this is not the final art for Wolverine, but I like it in general. The idea, it is a funny concept of the bucket, and I like that he obviously painted his crotch first and heavily red.
That's hilarious. I didn't even realize that, but yes.
Yes, you could tell us what he did, and that makes sense for Deadpool. Another reason is I know the JTC covers at this point from his website are open order for a couple of days, so it's like not a limited amount, but it's like they're open for like 3 days, right? I think on his website.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah.
But I think for this particular set of characters, it might still have a value on the aftermarket because people just don't pay attention a lot of times, and they'll come and go, and then people will see these covers 3 months from now, and they're like, "I want those covers," and I think this will have some value going forward.
Well, it helps that it's the characters that they are as well.
Yeah, Deadpool Wolverine at the current market is very, very, very popular character. So that's another reason to buy this.
Bless you.
$20 a book is reasonable. Like Mike, I would prefer $15 a book, but I'm not going to argue. I might buy these actually. I'm going to see how I feel that day it comes out, but
I'm super tempted too.
Yeah, I think I might jump on these because I just think this would be a good idea in general. It's like it might, like I said, it's $40 now. It might be $80 6 months from now. So,
Alonso, how many sets are you buying?
I haven't decided yet.
But you are thinking about purchasing this set.
I am. I'll be honest. I am thinking about purchasing it. Yes.
And also be aware with GTC, he does do multiple drops of the covers. He does a pre-order drop.
Yep.
Then he does a on release date drop.
So for those of us who got the emails, you're usually on that list to do the first drop to be a part of it.
Yep. All right. Moving on to the next one, we have Gun Honey Heat Seeker. This is a from Cedric Paulette, and it's from 616 with an LE of 500 and a cost of $40. Mike?
All right, I like this one.
Yeah, it's just good.
Hey, is this an homage?
I think it is.
I think it is too because it looks very familiar.
To what?
Well, I wish he would like. I mean, not to be cutting in here, but that circle with a black and white one. I wish you had done it on the color because that would homage. Well, at least give me the vibes of those bombshell girls on those.
Oh yeah.
I forgot.
And I think that might be why I like this one so much. It just has like that World War II fighter plane pinup art look to it. I think it's really good. I mean, obviously it's super uber sexy and not apologizing for it at all. Yummy. Ridiculous boobs, like the whole thing just like over the top, but I love it. I mean, I think it's fantastically done. And it works. I like the color one a lot better than the black and white one. Although I wouldn't have a problem with owning the set, but I'd be fine with just the color one. I think it's a pretty gorgeous book, to be honest with you. I like Poulet's work too, or Poulet, or however you say it. I don't know.
All right, Mike. Or Big Rob, sorry.
Yeah, the color one's amazing. I love the color work on this. The red hair really pops out. And I know earlier in the show we said the whole sexy shit, it's kind of tiresome, but
not this one.
I know she's the character is beautiful, but the artistry done here is very, very well. The colors is really grabs me. It's just really well done. I wish, like I said, that kind of they had the circle on the color one. I understand it's a spotlight on the black and white one, but that would have been cool because that would give me that B-52 bomber World War II vibe to it. But still, regardless, it's awesome. The red heels. She's wearing those expensive ass shoes, right? So yeah, the machine gun, it's there, but that's not like totally overshadowing her at all because she is the focus, and the bullet hits all over the wall. Just a nice little touch. And the Heat Seeker, the Gun Honey, I never jump on that bandwagon, but this is a set that might be worth it.
All right, Jeff.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the bad things first, and then I'm gonna say what I really, really like about it. First, I do think the head is a little bit big, but it feels like it's a caricature of it as well. So I'm gonna say that's okay. I'm gonna give it a pass. But this is crazy. This is like your dream version of Cindy Crawford.
That's what I was going to say. That is it's totally Cindy Crawford.
It is the thickest
Yeah.
Cindy Crawford you have ever wished Cindy Crawford could be thick as.
He took her face.
Yeah,
Pepsi.
he had to have.
Got the
That is,
mole.
it's spot on.
Yeah, you saw the Pepsi commercial.
Yeah, so that's why I really like it. It's definitely a Cindy Crawford homage for sure, or homage to her. I like the fact that on the color version, the trade dress is different. It is drawn on, God, I can't even think right now. Spray paint, right?
Yeah.
And I dig the black and white version. It's different in its own right. It has the moon. So I mean, I love that they gave you a set that even though they're alike, they're also very different. Thick Cindy Crawford is a all day for me.
Terry wants a Pepsi now. I love it.
It's just
Yep. All right. Moving on to the next one. We also have this one.
Yeah, I was going to say real quick, if you haven't seen that Pepsi commercial, go YouTube and watch it.
oh god, that is like one of the most watched Pepsi commercials ever.
This is also from Gun Honey that you can find at 616. This one is by Jay Ferguson, LE of 500, also a cost of $40. Jeff?
So since we're talking about famous people on covers, if her hair was a little more shaved on the side, this would look like Cyndi Lauper. Like a very young Cyndi Lauper.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Look, I have a thing for redheads, so that's why I named them already. I love the details of her. Everything is drawn perfect. The calf muscle, all the details in the foot. And I'm not a foot guy, so that's saying a lot for me to even comment on that. The heels look great. The face is great. This is 50-50 for me because I dig the art. I feel like it's just a typical store exclusive too as well, like the
You have to lift these up.
pose and the background. But I actually like it.
Okay.
$40 again. It's I guess it's not too bad. But my only question is, did he draw this? He painted this?
Yeah, this is painted.
Okay, I say yes then. If you like it, go get it. Because this is pretty good art. Nice.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it's so realistic. I almost thought it was a cosplay cover.
That's what I was thinking.
which says one of two things: either this is an absolutely unbelievable, incredible painting, or there was some photo work used for this. But I don't. Man, this just shows great mastery right here. It's hard to argue. She's a little scary, which is kind of cool. Not just sexy, but also scary. So it's kind of a cool little addition. If I had to nitpick anything, it's that the gun looks less realistic than she does. Almost like she's holding a cardboard
It's a toy gun.
cutout. She's holding a cardboard cutout of a gun, kind of. I mean, you know, that's a real nitpick. I mean, that's pretty bad. It's a pretty beautiful piece. I prefer the one before it. But they're both pretty awesome.
Okay.
Well, it's small for a rifle and it's big for a submachine gun. And I'm thinking it's supposed to be a rifle because it has a stock a barrel
clip.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know. Big Rob would know better. He was in the military.
Big Rob?
Well, yeah, the gun's weird. I think that's wrong. That's something totally wrong. Just the way it's built. It's the angle of it. I don't think it's well drawn. The female itself, it's obviously is a master when it comes to anatomy. It's perfect. But I prefer the prior cover because I'm like, this is a great, realistic, well drawn painting, and it's perfectly done. It just, I don't know, for a comic book, I just want more personality to come through the cover, and I think the prior cover had more personality on the face, just the body language, the colors, how they kind of popped out more. This is a lot more muted. It's just a really nice picture, really nice. It's so realistic, it's like a picture.
It's a pinup. It's like a pinup, right?
Yeah, the Penthouse. The other one's like a pinup to a comic book. It's
Right.
a different vibe. It's just, yeah, I would prefer the other one 100 every time. It's like nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly drawn. It's still so realistic, but it's.
I know
just
where this
a
belongs.
comic book. It doesn't have. It's another pretty girl on a comic book cover. It just doesn't hit me.
It's part of an NRA calendar.
And it looks like an NRA calendar. So yeah, it's solid work. The female is perfect, but it just doesn't do anything really for me personally.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, and that does it for our store exclusives. So thank you, chat. And Mike, are we getting cover fire?
Nope, we are not. It's the holidays, and I have decided to spend as much time with my family as possible. But
Smart.
I did drop one in the middle of, I think last week I finally got one out, just kind of snuck one in there. I had some, but so don't use that as a barometer for what you're going to get this week, because you won't get one. So, but after that, you should get them. You should get them regularly. It's my New Year's resolution to be regular, at least to drop something, even if it's just a top 3 every week. It's really mostly because I've been largely disappointed in the week's worth of covers lately. Less so than me not wanting to write it, or me being lazy, or me not having enough time. It's that, do I want to spend 4 or 5 hours compiling this thing if I don't like anything? So, which is why I did the one when the Selena cover came out, because I loved the cover so much. That one cover was enough to have me write the article. So hopefully there'll be some good stuff in the new year, and I'll want to write on good, just regular A and B covers, no incentives, no store exclusives. That's what Cover Fire is. You can generally find that on CBSI. That's comicbookinvest.com every Tuesday, late morning, early afternoon, depending on your time zone. But you will not get one until the 8th at the earliest.
Sounds good.
Can I give a shout out to this Saturday show real quick?
Oh, of course. Go ahead, Big Rob.
All right, just a little FYI, just here on Near Nirvana YouTube channel. So we have a little show called Saturday Morning Toy Box. It's a toy-oriented show. It's usually me, Jeff, Steve, Hip Hops, and me, and sometimes Charlie would join us at Rebo Robot. So this should be a cool show. We're going to review the year in 2024. We're going to discuss. I haven't really told the guys yet what we're going to do, but I'm assuming we're going to do our top 5 pickups of the year, and we'll discuss, the companies from what happened this year. I'll try to put something together nicely, and we'll probably do a mail call. So it should be a fun show. Join us here at 10 a.m. West Coast, 1 p.m. East Coast on Saturday morning here on your Nirvana YouTube channel, Saturday Morning Toy Box.
I actually got something for mail call. It's hiding underneath the hat.
Oh, we'll see. Join us if you want to know what's under the hat on your Nirvana YouTube channel on Saturday, 10 a.m. West Coast.
There you go. And Mike, were there any artists harmed in the making of this podcast?
Definitely was.
There definitely were, although just not permanently. They just might have to, take an extra trip to the bathroom tonight. Some artists may have been slightly harmed during this evening's podcast, but none were permanently harmed. I promise.
I know.
we were a little
give a quick shout out to our sponsors, one of them being Cover Price. Make sure to use Nirvana 14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. And then head over to Bird City Comics to get yourself 10% by using TNH10. And our friend Sean over there at DisplayGeek.com, use code word Team Nerd Herd to save yourself 10% off your very first purchase on the displays like Jeff has in the back. All right. And as always, thank you, chat. Thank you, gentlemen here on the panel. Thank you for the folks watching on the rewind. May you have a wonderful new year full of love, laughter, and good fortune. You know, let's hope and pray for a good 2025. And Rob, would you mind sending us out?
Yeah. Happy New Year. And if you want to do it right, be a comic cover whore for the rest of your life. Bastards.
Damn right.
Thank you.